Hello, students. This is Priyanka Mishra, your SST teacher, and today I am here with a new chapter from Civics, chapter number 5, Working of Institutions. So, first of all, tell me what is the meaning of the word institution? Yes, institution means for something that makes the execution of a system possible. So, in the earlier chapters, we have already read about the form of government, that is, the democratic form of government that is running in our country, the negative and positive arguments for and against against democracy. Not only that, we also discussed about elections, the procedures, how the election makes the formation of government possible in our country. Now, this chapter is all about the working of the government through the different organs that are called as the institutions of the government. So, here it is what we are needed to read in the chapter. First of all, we will have an overview. Then, how is major policy decision taken with a government order, with the help of decision makers, and what is the need for political institutions in which we are basically going to deal with the parliament, that is the highest legislative body, the political executive, and the judiciary. After that, we know that democracy is not just about people electing their rules. In a democracy, the rulers have to follow the rules also, and even the procedures that are mandatory to be followed even by the rulers. They have to work with and within the institutions, with and within the framework, the guidelines of the institutions. This chapter is all about the working of such institutions in a democracy. We'll also look at how disputes regarding the decisions are resolved. In the process, we come across three institutions that play a key role in major decision making processes, that are the legislative, the executive, and judiciary, the three main organs of a democratic government. After that, we are also supposed to read about how a major policy decision is taken. First of all, through the government order. A government is the major decision maker who issue notice known as office memorandum for issuing some order. But there are political parties which are involved in the decisions that hold the government. As the head of a state, a president have major formal authorities. Without him, no notices can be issued. So, we know that the president is the chief signatory. Also, the prime minister, along with his cabinet, decides about decisions because prime minister is the head of the government. In order to perform or exercise a function, a prime minister must have majority support in the parliament. So these all are the different steps to be followed whenever a decision is being taken. Now, the thing is that who are the decision makers? Which are the main institutions in making a decision possible? First of all, the president. He is the head of the state and is the highest formal authority in the country. Secondly, the Prime Minister. He is also the head of the government and actually exercises the real power. He takes most of the decisions in the cabinet meetings. After that, the parliament, which consists of the president and the two houses, Lok Sabha, that is the lower house, and Rajya Sabha, that is the upper house. These Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha represents the interest of the states and union territories. The Prime Minister must have the support of a majority of Lok Sabha members. In our country, all the major decisions are basically taken by the Council of Ministers in the cabinet meetings headed by the Prime Minister. After that, the decisions are discussed in Parliament, both in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And after the approval of Parliament, that means approved by the majority of members of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, it is sent to the President for final approval. Once the decision is approved by the President, it is ready to be implemented and issued by the concerned government authority as the government order. And this is also the process by which a major government decision is being taken. After that, the office memorandum was the culmination of a long chain of events. The government of India had appointed the Second Backward Classes Commission in 1979, which was headed by B.P. Mandal. Here, actually, we are talking about an office memorandum under which a major decision was taken in the year 1990. It was asked to determine the criteria to identify the socially and educationally backward classes in India and recommended steps to be taken for their advancement. After that, 27% of government jobs became reserved for the students or for the people who came under the category of SEBC, that means socially and educationally backward classes. So, till now, the reservation was only enjoyed by the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, but now this 27% reservation came for the SEBC category. Later on, it went to the OBC category. Many parliamentarians and parties demanded the implementation of the Commission's recommendations. Then, in Lok Sabha election 1989, the Janata Dal Party promised that if they were elected by the people, they would implement the Mandal Commission report. The leader of this party was VP Singh. He promised and he kept that promise as he won the election, and many other developments also went on during the time of the rule of VP Singh. The President of India, in his address to the Parliament, announced that the intention of the government implement the recommendations of the Mandal Commission. On 6th of August 1990, the Union Cabinet had to formalize the decision to implement the recommendation. Next day, Prime Minister VP Singh informed the Parliament about the decision through a statement in both the Houses of Parliament. And finally, the decision of the cabinet was sent to the Department of Personnel and Training. The senior officer of the department drafted an order in the line with the cabinet decision and to the minister's approval, and an officer assigned the order on behalf of the Union Cabinet. And this was how the Mandal Commission's recommendation for 27% reservation for SEBC category finally legalized and formalized. So basically, the next and the very important thing is going to be discussed by us, What is the need for parliament, for executive, for judiciary, or all types of political institutions? A democracy works well when the political institutions like the prime minister, the cabinet, the civil servants, the Supreme Court, they all perform functions that are assigned to them. The need for the political institutions are to take decisions by which the country could be run smoothly and systematically, and the decisions should suit the people, the interest and the welfare of the people. To implement the decisions which have been taken for the sake of the interest of the people, countries need institutions to implement the decisions, to solve the disputes. Institutions are needed to solve the disputes between various institutions, and to take the right decisions. The institutions are needed to help the government to take the right decisions, so that the government may determine what is wrong and what is right for the people. So that's all for the day. We'll meet very soon with a new video, with a new tutorial in which we will discuss some other facts of the chapter. Thank you.